And that's going to begin our TCE trims portion of today's show. Day one of the Elite Eight, Saturday, March 29th. Elite Eight March Madness picks brought to you by the one and only SeatGeek. Use code SGPN10 for a discount. One of the best ticketing services out there. They are the number one rated ticketing app with over 28 million downloads. There are over 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek, including concerts, sports, festivals, and more. You guys can go over to SeatGeek right now. Use code SGPN10 for 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. That's 10% off any tickets with promo code SGPN10. Game number one. Do we have these in time order? No, we don't.
The other game is first.
Game number one in San Francisco, California. This is 3:30 or 3:09 local tip, 6:09 Eastern. Texas Tech against Florida. The Gators are -5.5, at least 45 minutes ago when I wrote out this slide. And the total is 155.5. Mac, how do you dice up the two teams here?
Fun game. Just because I think you got two teams that are both battle tested and both have proven they can win in multiple styles of way. Both teams are old as well. Both teams have done really, really well in the transfer portal. The rest advantage is definitely in Florida's favor. I mean, they kind of cruised. Texas Tech had to win a grinder of a game. We just talked about it, how we don't even know how they won. The line's sitting at 5.5, my magic number.
6.5. It's 6.5 now. If that
are we gonna see McMillan in this game, Noah?
I would guess yes. I'm hoping yes.
Really, dude. We should text Rocco right now. Is what we should do, because he's covering the San Francisco regional. Just because he warmed up, and I kind of was surprised that we did not see him tonight. That was kind of that was a surprise scratch for me.
Yeah, I heard that he'd been shooting and practicing all week.
Yeah,
was the report that he was? It sounded like he was going to go, and then scratch.
Do you like the fact that if he plays, do you like Texas Tech inserting him after missing 7 games now?
I do, because I think he would give him a little bit of just a bolt in terms of just like energy around the program. Come in, maybe make a couple shots. But I don't think that they would play him a lot of minutes either. I mean, Thero was supposed to play 20 minutes tonight. He played 5. So I don't really know how much it actually impacts the game. I'm trying to think of a comparison of Florida for Texas Tech.
McMillan's missed 6 games over the last month, sparingly 4 in a row here. Big piece to the team, but for what it's worth, like when he's in there, 9 points, 15 points, 9 points, and then the game he got re-injured, he had 0 in 13 minutes. So like, I don't know, like if this is a guy that like, if you're inserting him not at 100%, is this team better than they've been? Because I think he's a tremendous piece to the team this year. He's shooting 43.4% from deep.
It would help make shots, is what I'm saying.
So to me, it's a risk, and maybe that's the reason why they didn't play him tonight, and they're going to try against Florida. For what it's worth, Florida has the last 2 games given up a bit more points than we've been used to seeing this Gators defense surrender.
In the paint.
75 points against UConn, 71 against Maryland.
Yeah.
And like Max says, in the paint. You know who lives in the paint for Tech there?
Toppin.
JT Toppin, a future NBA player. I like the over. The cocktail napkin, for what it's worth. I mean, this is a fresh opener.
Come on now.
A lot of people are gonna hit this, and it'll move. 165.5.
I believe it. Yeah, that sounds about right.
So I like the over here is my pick. Capper, What's your game plan here?
Okay. All right. First up, does this line seem short to you?
The Napkins got it at 7.5 in favor of the Gators for what it's worth.
Yeah, baby. Here we go.
Okay, but seriously, does it seem like a short line?
A little bit. I mean, Florida's been pretty fucking dynamic offensively. They've been really, really good in transition.
Yeah.
Like Dan Marino's wife.
Yeah,
Colby Dant.
they got the gimmick out of their way. I'll give my pick. Go ahead, Capper. I want to hear your handicap.
Okay. No, my handicap is that Florida's going to fucking destroy Texas Tech.
You disrespect us.
Okay. First of all, Texas Tech. So they've beaten a 14 seed, an 11 seed, and a 10 seed. They're finally it's the Elite Eight, and they're finally getting into single digits. They're finally playing like a real matchup. Well, come on. I mean, UNC Dub, nice story. They were always going to beat UNC Wilmington. I'm sorry, Drake.
You picked Wilmington.
I probably did. To cover, not to win.
Hey, I had Tech in the Final Four, and I had Wilmington to cover.
Yeah, I had Wilmington to cover, not to win.
I swear on our instant reaction show, you might have given out Wilmington.
No, I know I didn't. I know I didn't do that. I know for a fact I didn't do that. I'm 96%. What's my name? I don't. My memory.
Yeah. You were making a good point. Sorry, I interrupted.
It's no problem. Okay, so either way, so Wilmington they beat by 10. Okay, again, first round. Okay, you got to get survive in advance. I understand. Drake didn't look great against Drake, but nobody ever looks great against Drake. Understand. Tonight against Arkansas, they were getting their ass kicked for 38 minutes. And now they have to face Florida. Arguably, you could make a pretty convincing case that Florida's the best team in the country, and the line's only 5.5 points. What am I missing? Florida is where anything Texas Tech can do. I feel Florida can do better, even on the inside. I like the matchup for them. Haw is a dog. Condon is a dog.
One more matchup, like mano-a-mano thing to keep an eye on. Condon at the 4, JT Toppin at the 4.
Hey, now
and Condon's on 1.
The Condon thing's compromised.
You got Haw.
Yeah, I mean they're so deep. They're deep. They've got 4 bigs.
Their depth is. We again this Tech is. And then you've got McMillan coming back into the fold. They've got to work him back in. It never, the first night never goes well.
No,
historically, the first night does not go well. Working the star player or important piece back into the lineup. This is a Florida smash spot. I love the over. Florida by 1 million. Let's fucking go. What say you, Moneyline Mac?
Lock battle. Coaching matters on a short turnaround. Grant McCaslin is a better basketball coach than Todd Golden.
I don't disagree.
And
you mean the coach that was down 18 to Arkansas at one point tonight?
Yeah, and then he called timeout and he made some adjustments. His defenses.
All right, guys, calm it down. All right, we're down 18.
Well,
okay, here's how we win.
They're freaking betting on his Kentucky Derby fucking tickets. Grant McCaslin was making adjustments, doubling the votes.
In the one matchup that Golden had against Arkansas, he blew him out in the first 5 minutes, and it was never a game after that. It was an 8-point win in Bud Walton.
I'm getting McCaslin as a dog against Todd Golden. I'm getting JT Toppin. They're going to throw the ball inside, and they're actually going to be able to secure the rebound. They're going to take Maryland's game plan, but actually rebound the basketball, unlike Maryland did tonight. And they're going to make some shots. They have not made shots this entire fucking tournament. They were 8 of 32, even though I think that was a little bit dressed up. They were about 3 for 30 is what it felt like.
It was like 15% before.
Against Drake, they were 2 for 14. The game before that against Wilmington, that's when I threatened to strangle all of them when they went 3 for about 13 for about 50. This has been a good team shooting the basketball all year. Texas Tech is not only going to cover, they're going to pick off Florida because Grant McCaslin is going to make the adjustments in the short turn out there in San Francisco. Give me the Red Raiders, JT Toppin, Darian Williams. They find a way with this gritty, experienced group to get to the Final Four in San Antonio, where they're going to have the crowd, baby.
Yeah, they are.
Wreck 'em, baby. Let's go. Red Raiders.
Are going to lose by fucking 30.
This Florida shit out of here. You're not playing Maryland anymore. You're not playing Villanova anymore. Whatever.
You're not
We
playing.
just
You're,
went
you're not
through-
playing UNC Wilmington, Drake, and Arkansas anymore. You
Yeah.
got to play Florida.
You went
Shit,
from three double digits to the number 1 overall seed. That's like playing the hottest right now.
Yes.
This is the same team that won at Houston when their coach got tossed, when JT Toppin got tossed.
Yeah.
This is a gritty bunch. They almost beat Houston again when freaking Williams and McMillan were out. This isn't a soft team now. These got some dogs here, baby.
You know who else
Yeah.
isn't soft? Florida.
There's some sunshine. If they just want their jump shots going, and we saw Todd Golden the first time in a short term in an NCAA tournament. The first time we've seen him on a short term, he was significantly outcoached by Dan Hurley. I'm not saying Grant McCaslin's Dan Hurley, but he's a damn good basketball coach. Give me Texas Tech. Knock it off here, baby. Guns up.
So I have an emotional hedge that I led off with. I have Tech to get to the Final Four that I had from the preseason. I love Florida. And of the two teams that my family associates with and that we are fans of, I have had Florida's number. I've gotten a lot of these games correct, and I have not had Michigan's number. The way I see this one going is it's a high-scoring affair, and Florida wins it comfortably. And if they need free throws to get the cover, they get them. I got Florida winning, covering, and the total's in like the 160s, somewhere in that range. That's how I'm going to go.
I'm going to lock that total up right now. As a matter of fact, that total's insane. Let's get it. Let's make some money.
The over there, over 155.5 for the podcast listeners. Then we go to the late game. Alabama playing Duke.
Yeah.
The 2 versus the 1 in Newark, New Jersey in the East region. The Crimson Tide are getting 6.5 points after they just drained 25 threes, Mac. The total is set at 172.5, so maybe a higher scoring run up and down game is what the books are signaling here. But against the 2 seed, Duke's laying 6.5. I'm having trouble reading what kind of game script the book's going to predict here. I think this is a line that you always talk about. They're going to put it out there, see what a lot of the sharps early money is going to do, and they'll act off of that. But the total to me leads me to believe that this is at Alabama's pace. Mac, your thoughts?
Good observation, honestly. I mean, I was just looking at that. 172.5.
Duke's defensive possession length, 364th in the country out of 364 teams.
Let me ask you this. And this is why I took Alabama against North Carolina last year as a 1 seed. And they beat them outright. Because Carolina came in there arrogant as fuck and said, we're North Carolina. We're going to outrun you, Alabama. They couldn't outrun Alabama.
Yeah. I don't think Duke's going to try to they shouldn't try to do that. That's
where I think Hubert Davis sucks. John Shire, as much as I can't stand him and I can't stand it, I think he's a pretty good coach, a pretty good damn young coach here. Why are they – God, how did they get Alabama off 25-3? This is the luckiest team.
I know.
God damn. I'm trying to make the case for Alabama here. Really bad.
The cocktail napkin has Bama as just a 4-point dog, and the total's right on the money. Like, I think the books are asking for Bama money.
I see the exact same thing. The line is daring you to bet
Bama. Duke did. I mean, here's the formula that Alabama could cover. I'll lay that out first.
Okay. Lay it out.
Duke has shot the shit out of the basketball this tournament. I mean, what are they shooting from 3? They shot 11 of 19 tonight. They shot 55% against Baylor. They made a zillion against Mount St. Mary's. I don't count that, but if they have a bad shooting night on short rest, that could be the formula. I don't think Duke's going to take the bait for Alabama. I I think that they're going to say, no, we're going to dictate the tempo. They've already played Auburn. They didn't take Auburn's bait of getting up and down and running. I as much as I hate it, I think I'm going to lay it with Duke, and I'm hoping Duke just blows the doors off Alabama, so then I could take Kelvin Sampson or Rick Barnes in the Final Four against Duke. So I'll set it up for that.
Okay.
Give me reluctantly the Dukies and Cooper Flag to beat Alabama. They're not going to lose to Alabama. This is Alabama. Alabama's not going to make shots on Saturday. As much as I want them to, they're not making shots on Saturday. They made 30 tonight, 33s, 25, whatever it was.
Capper, how do you see this game playing out?
The number I keep going back to is this 25 threes they made tonight. I can't believe that the regression is I feel like the regression is staring me in the face almost as much as Moneyline Mac is right now.
Yeah, we'll say everybody's saying Duke is like a juggernaut. They're 3-3 in their last 6 games.
All right.
Like let's act like
okay.
they're covering every game. They're 3-3.
Okay, let's get to that. So again, my handicap with Duke is that I still feel like they've played very few really good teams.
Yeah.
You know, Baylor, Kansas, Clemson twice. That's about it. Okay.
Yeah.
You could make a pretty convincing case that Alabama is the best team they're going to face all year. Okay. I like the guard matchups for Alabama. I like
do?
Mark
I
Sears.
don't. That
Mark
was
Sears.
a big part of my handicap.
Really?
I think
just the size.
Yeah, Duke's really good defensively, and they've got a lot of length on the perimeter there.
Yeah.
That's gonna screw with a couple of their big shooters. Mark Sears 6'1".
Yeah.
Aiden Holloway 6'1". Those are your two that did the most damage tonight. Phylon 6'4", Chris Youngblood 6'4". Those are your next two behind the other. Con Knippel 6'7", Caleb Foster 6'5", Sion James 6'6", Proctor 6'6", and then Flag, if he's floating around, he's 6'9". That's where I see it really tough to get behind Alabama in this one.
I like the fact that Alabama has like legit vets. Like Mark Sears is legit dog.
That's your angle. Is that they've been in this game literally last year.
Yeah. And Mark Sears was hitting logo threes today, like 5 feet beyond the arc.
Yeah.
So that counteracts the length, but
possibly. Okay, so that's part of it. Second, I kind of like the Alabama bigs and again, veteran guys. Cliff, veteran guy. He's been around forever.
Yeah.
And now he gets to bang down low with Malik and the other guy. Malik I can pronounce the other guy's name. I see it's an eye chart. Either way.
You're fucking twisting me, man. I got so many goddamn DMs going, you're a dumbass for taking Arizona to the points tonight. Fuck all you. Arizona was a right side the entire night. Damn, my ego hurts to take Duke right
now. I keep going back to the fact that Duke has played nobody. I feel like Duke hasn't really played anybody this year. They went through that soft ACC. They've had an easy tournament run. This is where it gets.
Mac is in a tug of war right now.
This is where it gets hard.
This
is the spot. Give me Alabama plus the 6.5. Sprinkle the money line.
This is hurting me.
Capper's sprinkling the money line here. I'm on Duke minus 6.5. I'm gonna wait to see what the line even does here because I might like the under a little bit better.
Okay.
I just think that Duke's not gonna let Alabama run. Their defense has done really good in the half court all year long and taking teams out of the transition as well. Like they just excel on the defensive end of the floor. That's something that is overlooked with this team. I like Duke.
Okay.
Noah, what's your thoughts on the Flag Nelson matchup?
It's going to be a good one. I don't really know if there's like a huge edge to
Nelson.
What?
Has he seen anybody like Nelson?
Nelson's also like still 2 games off an injury, right?
He's still
but
looking good.
Talking about like experienced veteran. I mean, I'm the guy I got in mind is the dude from Clemson,
Shefflin.
Yeah, like a legit big white dude, got size, high basketball IQ.
I think Nelson's Well, Shefflin might be the worst athlete in the ACC. Nelson's a better athlete.
All right.
I'm sorry. Okay. So the last time I took Alabama and I battled Mac, I won.
I had
Shefflin was
Alabama
also
tonight against the world. Everybody loved them some BYU Mormons tonight, and I was like, roll Tide.
So
Shefflin was also not the dude against Duke for what it's worth.
No.
Only 12 points. They didn't even really look to him much. He did grab 10 boards, but he was not in the offensive game plan there. 12 points, only took 1 3, 7 shots total.
don't get me wrong. I love Shefflin. I think he's one of my favorite players to watch, just because I feel like I could play that same way, even though I know I can't. My knees are shot. There's no my bad knees, bad back. I know I can't, but I feel like if I were to be like a Division I college vet, that's what I would look like.
Hold on, I'm getting a call.
This guy put himself on mute.
Is he really gonna? Is he really
for the audio
I
listeners?
thought he was about to
there.
do like a Colby bit, but
Thank you.
you got some news? What's going
No,
on?
he went to
That was,
to review. He went to the booth. He got a call from Pittsburgh.
I got a call.
He's calling a foul on me. What? I mean, is that my fifth?
He's reviewing a hook and hold.
That was Coach Saban, and you know what he said? Roll Tide, roll! I'm Benedict. Give me Alabama. Mark Steers makes a 40-footer to lose by 6 at the end. Alabama covers. Roll Tide, roll! Let's go. I'm not fucking taking Duke in this game. Fuck Duke. Let's go,
yeah.
Nobody's surprised with this decision. Everybody knew where you were going to go.
I gave both sides of it, but Alabama's going to lose by 6.
Let's fucking go, Mac. I ride with you.
It's just undeniable. Mac will lay down in front of the train every single time. 12 straight times against
Had to go
UConn
tonight, baby.
in the 2023 and 2024 NCAA tournaments. I don't think he's picked Duke a single time. Maybe Mount St. Mary's he took Duke. But other than that, man, it's a guarantee. It's minus money that Mac's just going to lay down in front of the freight train.
I'm not going to lie, when they were making all those threes, and I was like, please, God, miss a couple. Save some for Saturday. Stop making them.
No, man, they just keep firing. It's crazy.
Dude, I'm not going to lie. That shit was crazy tonight. But, yeah, Coach Saban called me. He said, you got to – come on, let's go. Let's go.
Mac, is that the most famous name in your phone?
Yeah, he's probably up there. Him or McAfee.
Okay.
They're on the same show. They're on the same show. They're on game day.
Yeah. They're right there in your backyard. How many Morgantown games are they going to this fall?
I bet you they're at the pick game this year.
All right, guys. What pick do we feel the most confident about? 2 tight games, I feel like.
Texas Tech.
Florida.
You're on Tech. Capper's on Florida. And I'm on the over in Texas Tech, Florida. Oh. So we really like the Florida-Texas Tech game for a couple of angles. Yeah. The Duke-Alabama one, I am a little bit confused. I just can't wait to see what line movement we get in that.
That's the other point I wanted to bring up is I do think that line is going to move. I think you're going to see it move in favor of Duke. So if I could catch, say, like 7.5 or 8.5 with Alabama, I like it even more.
You know, Noah, the more and more I think about it, the more and more I like Alabama, actually. Do you remember the SEC, ACC challenge? This shit is not in Cameron.
Yes.
The more I'm actually thinking about it.
Do you remember those 2 wins that the ACC
Mac
got?
Is back.
Do you remember the two wins that ACC got? Duke beat Auburn.
The game was in Cameron. They ain't played.
It was a great game.
It was a great game. It was still in Cameron.
Stop arguing with me.
The ACC got their ass kicked by the SEC in that challenge. However, you can't deny the fact that Duke literally beat the top SEC team in that challenge.
I tell you what, Alabama went into fucking that team that was wrongly put in the NCAA tournament, won by like 30. Yeah, Alabama. Alabama's live in this game. The more and more I think about it. I do worry about the shooting regression. That was the first thing that came to mind, but I can't take it.
I feel like it's gonna cut both ways though, because Duke has also been like the hottest, shooting ridiculously hot.
You know, that's why
I like the under in a way.
Same.
That's why I called you Cap tonight. I said, Cap, I need your help. I need you here tonight. I can't take Duke.
I know what Noah's gonna do. He's gonna take Florida because he biased as fuck, and he's gonna take Duke because he sucks their cock.
Way to go, Cap. And
Wow.
when Alabama wins outright on Saturday night, we'll have a nice glass of whiskey and smoke.
Kumbaya.
Yeah.
Let's go, Nate Oates. But actually, I kind of want Duke to win because I want Houston to beat them because Houston owes them one from last year when Shed went down. So I kind of hope Duke wins by like 3 or 4, and then Houston beats them. Or Rick Barnes.
Yeah, I think either team, whether it be Houston or Tennessee, is a win-win for you because you either get your revenge that you were desperately just all up in arms about last year, or you get your random January rant to come to fruition of a John Shire versus.
You don't want any part of Rick Barnes,
Rick
John
Barnes.
Shire. We already seen that matchup.
You're going to have Moneyline Mac and Cannabis Kappa reenacting the Drewski Roll Tide Willie video. I don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide.
It's wishful thinking, anyways. Tennessee's not getting past Friday.
Oh, you keep hating on Rick Barnes now.
What's he gonna do? He's 70.
He's gonna fucking smack Kentucky's fraudulent ass.
Yeah, he is.